Man, it's been a long time since I've sat down and done like an actual legit review. It's been quite a while. And because I'm a moron, I thought to myself, well, let's do Craw the Sea Monster. I haven't done that one yet. So, not content having just one piece of shit monster movie in the reserves, Full Moon decided they just had to have another one. I'm sure that this constitutes as a war crime somewhere, because you guessed it, it's not good. Kraa was released in 1998, and let's face it, regardless of how you view the movie, 98 was a huge year for the giant monster movie genre with Godzilla's release. And I can imagine that that's basically the only reason this movie even exists to begin with. I mean, so many companies were trying to capitalize off that movie's insane hype that it would have made Asylum's balls moist.
Revenge is best served cold. How long has it been since I felt the warmth of the sun? Trapped here on this dying planet. No conquest. No terrified screams.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a Kaiju movie, not off-brand Power Rangers. God, this is like when you ask your mom for Power Rangers and she's like, we got Power Rangers at home. Oh god. So this here is Lord Doom. He's basically the Walmart brother of Skeletor. You know, the one the family doesn't like to talk about. He enjoys conquering planets, so he sends Kraa to Earth to take it over, I guess. Meanwhile, you got these people who are like, I don't know, space police or some shit. The quality of this part of the movie is top-notch. Truly. This doesn't at all look like a rejected school project that a bunch of stoned college students threw together to just get a barely passing C- or anything. Not at all. Oh, and this just so happens to be the film debut of Alison Lohman, who many may recognize from Drag Me to Hell. She's about the only one in this damn thing who went anywhere. Anyway, she's sidekick. It barely comes up.
Tell me what I'm thinking right now.
That you don't believe I have any psychic powers?
Too easy.
Well, Curtis, around here we're going to be based pretty much on traditional police work. The reliable kind.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, on Earth, oh god, if Zarkor the Invader is playing in that theater, then that is clearly the part of town that you want to avoid at all costs. A hardcore motherfucking biker walks into a diner and orders tea.
You one of them, tea-drinking bikers or something?
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what he did. Was that supposed to be an insult? That's like me looking at someone else and being like, what are you, one of those air-breathing people or something? Like, yeah. What even is this script? So these two team up with an alien named Magyar, I don't know, he looks like Garrus from Mass Effect took a shit, but...
This could be a bad problem.
Well, why do you want to get to Naples?
Well, it's a pretty long story. I guess you want to hear it, huh?
So, do you have a name?
Of course I have a name. How else would the people know what to call me? Magyar.
Yeah, an alien garbage turtle that speaks Italian. Sure, man, I mean, I got nothing. Oh man, we better be totally suited up in full hazmat suits to even attempt to pick up this alien turd. Ah, there we go. Okay, here, hold them with your bare hands. That guy clearly isn't getting paid enough. I will say, to this movie's credit, there's a lot more scenes of Craw than there was of Zarkor. That being said, I don't really know if I'd really consider that a selling point. Most of the scenes are so painfully slow and boring that I learned while watching this that it is actually possible to get mentally exhausted from a kaiju movie. The monster itself is okay, I guess. Zarkor looked better though. Oh no, a monster! I better slow down. Man, I better slow down. Maybe turn or something? Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Even by Godzilla 1998 standards, that's still pretty goddamn insulting. So basically, just like Zarkor, you have a mess of a plot where a bunch of poorly paced subplots that don't really seem connected at all kind of just meld together while feeling totally segregated from each other. You've got the planet police, or whatever the fuck, people floating through space on a busted discount Unicron looking ball, while biker and diner chick go on wacky adventures with the Italian turtle, while Craw walks around just aimlessly, while the military tries to not stop Craw, but interrogate the turtle. I don't know, somehow this was I think my brain just checked out. Eventually, they come up with a plan to drop a ship that looks just like the pyramid at the end of Kung Pao Enter the Fist onto Craw, and Oh my fuck. Did you guys really forget to crop out the timer on your shitty PS1 looking CGI sequence? It's pretty obvious now that no one watched this finished product before it got farted out on the VHS back in the day. You simply cannot miss that. Alison Lohman uses her psychic abilities for once or I guess the second time in the entire movie, to freeze Kraa. I don't know. They use a beam to destroy Kraa while simultaneously powering their ship back up. At this point, my brain was just trying to yeet itself off a cliff, and I was just barely pulling it back to safety. Kraa's destroyed. We get this wicked awesome, insanely well choreographed fight between Blue Shirt here and Great Value Skeletor, while the other two chase a midget around a pole. God, make it stop, please. You know, I don't even know which is worse, this or Zarkor. I mean, I've seen a metric ton of garbage monster movies in my years doing this channel, and I can safely say Craw is definitely down there with some of the bottom of the barrel. It's like that little pool of scum, green scum that like builds up at the bottom of a barrel. Just like Zarkor, they're both down there. Have I seen worse? Well, I sat through Konga TNT, so yes, I've definitely seen worse. It doesn't take the cake for the most heinous thing I've ever seen, but it's still an incredibly slow, dull, and painful experience. It's like, would you rather just be flicked in the nuts repeatedly by someone's finger, or an elastic band? Both aren't pleasant, but one is definitely worse than the other. I don't really know what that analogy was. I'm sure there was a point in there somewhere.